What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing an advanced Caustic guide. I've been getting asked about this a lot in my stream, so I figured it'd be a good time to go into some detail. If you're just now playing Caustic or you're new to the game, I would first suggest that you watch my first Caustic guide. In that first Caustic guide I made, I go over all the basics of using Caustic, like what guns are good with him, what areas are good to play with him, what teammates are good to use with him, and some basic gas placement tips. The link to that video will be in the description as well. Also, before we go further, I want to tell you guys about my streams, where you can come hang out and watch some live gameplay every Monday through Friday from about 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Feel free to come hang out with the cool little community and find some other people to play with as well. Now, I figured the best way to explain Caustic and his abilities is to show you my gameplay and go step by step over what I'm thinking as I'm making plays and why the plays worked. So without further ado, let's get into it. To truly capture the spirit of Caustic, you need to visualize yourself as creating a playground zone where you can only take advantage of the obstacles you put forth, but your enemies cannot. This is why I always, and I mean like always, place gas traps on important entrances, exits, and angles wherever I feel that a fight is going to take place. A lot of people like to put Caustic in the more defensive category, but for me, I like to think of him more as an opportunist. If you're too aggressive with Caustic, you'll find yourself getting caught out in the open in bad situations with no gas to play behind. If you're too defensive, you'll find yourself getting overwhelmed by teams as you're hiding in a corner in a building somewhere, not sure of what you're doing, or you're trying to like stay in the building and hope that your gas is going to get the job done. The real goal is to be an opportunist where you find yourself in that sweet spot of pushing teams, but also pulling away and resetting. That's why I truly feel like Caustic's more of an opportunist type of legend. You want to stay in that sweet spot where you're being aggressive, but you're also being defensive, and aggressive and defensive. Like, you're always flowing in and out of things. You never want to be caught just running towards everything, and you never want to be caught just being super defensive, not moving. Now, with that being said, let's break down the first clip. All right, so in this first clip, this is like late game in a Diamond 2 lobby, so it's pretty sweaty at this point. And as you can see, we're moving into circle, but we're trying to figure out a spot where we can play and set up shop at. I'm going down with him. So first thing you notice is I'm gonna throw a gas on that entrance right there, just to protect our backside. Boom, and then I throw down another gas on that entrance. And then lastly, I throw a gas on that third entrance over there. That way we have all sides of our space that we're occupying. We have all that gassed up in case anybody decides to push. They'll be pushing right into gas. So right here, we've been chilling for a second. We kind of like, we saw the landscape and we see that there's a team in this building that's also getting shot by another team on the other side. So at that point, we decide, let's push up, let's make a play on this, and try to get some KP out of this situation. And as you can see as well, I have the gas grenade in my hand. This is because if you see when we pull up, let's rewind it a little bit. So when I first come right here, there's a guy to my left, and then there's a guy in more to the left, and then there's a guy right ahead of me to the right when I first go in this building. So when I throw this gas, I'm effectively splitting them up and doing damage and creating a space where I can take advantage of what's going on. So boom, gas is down. I know the guy on the right can't really see what's going on. He's in the gas to the right. He's, trying to figure out what's going on. I got the seer right to my left, and then the Pathfinder's in the back.
One's in there stuck in the little corner.
Threw another gas just in case. Now you see how when I threw that gas in there, seer went straight away to shooting my gas. Watch this.
One's in there stuck in the little corner.
Boom, he's looking at my gas at that point. Now me and this Horizon swing on this seer, and he has really no chance in this fight. Decimated. Now I know, okay, that Pathfinder's peeking. Let's see if we can get some shots on the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder and the other teammate are still separated at this point. So now I know it's time. They're still separated. I need to go in and finish this Pathfinder. Boom. That team's wiped.
There's more, I think.
And now, so you see what I mean by the switching from aggressive to defensive? Now we went aggressive at that point, and now it's defensive mode. There's another team. It's time to gas up doors and reset my team. shoot that gas.
Here, you res him, I'll watch.
So now I'm watching while both doors are gassed, and I know that we have time to reset as a team.
I'm looking. Yeah, let's go back.
So now at that point, once we got reset, we go back to the spot that we first occupied. Now this right here, this gas is going to prove to be important later on in this clip. So I throw that gas down on that angle because I know there's another team in there now after we left. And if that team wants to push us, they're going to have to push through this gas right here. So as you can see, a team pushes.
Nice one.
And then someone ends up getting knocked to the gas because they didn't even see it. They tried to push through after taking some damage, and they got knocked to the gas.
I'm from gas. He died. It's
simple. Easy KP right there, simply by gassing up an angle that people are going to be coming through.
We stay together.
Now look, on that backside, someone came in through the gas on that backside, and remember, that's the first gas I put down when I first went into this area. That's the very first gas I put down, and we make a play off of it.
Got her.
Boom, easy KP.
We have to go with him over here.
So now we're realizing, okay, the circle's closing, and we need to go more on the offensive here in order to get out of this position, because if we stay where we are, we're just going to end up dying. So we have to make a play off this. Horizon throws down a beautiful lift. She sets the pace, and we just follow right behind her.
I'm going up with him.
So right here, we're sitting over two teams. I know there's 3 teams left. There's a team right below me, and there's a team to the right. I throw my gas right in between, and then from there, we just kind of figure it out. So gas is down, and I realize, all right, there's a Caustic right here. I got to get rid of the Caustic first because that Caustic's not affected by my gas. So he's like a free man in this. We got to get rid of that Caustic first.
That team dead.
So that team died. We got rid of that team quickly. The other team is, I think it's just like a solo on the other side of the wall. My teammate ends up cleaning it up, and then we get the win on this one.
Underneath. Bro. Absolutely beautiful.
We did it.
Alright, so in this next clip, you'll see we heard some people this way, so we decided to run this way.
Oh shit, there's people on here. I'm lucky you're not gonna be right here. Where are you? Oh, you're right here.
So look, first thing I do, I gas that exit, because if the team's in there and they try to push me, they're gonna have to get through this gas. I realize no one's right there, so then I move up and then I gas this angle. And then another gas, and then that third gas is just gassing their entrance. So now I have the entrance to this building gassed, I have the angle gas in the middle that I can play off of, and then I have the exit gas as well. So right now it's just me and this Bangalore. I'm gonna be able to play this gas. I'm gonna be able to play this angle tightly, and she's not gonna be able to because of my gas.
Oh, fuck. Watch out.
So at this point, I know I need to push through because my teammate just went down behind me. So I know that the enemy is coming through all my gas. I know I have time to kind of reposition because that person is coming. That second teammate is coming, and they have to walk through my gas. So I have time to reposition and figure out what I'm going to do next. So I decide to take height. Do some damage, and then look at that. This gas right here is what forces this Pathfinder to make a move. Either he's gonna have to sit there and focus on that gas and shoot it, which I'll be able to come down and shoot him after his attention on the gas, or he's gonna have to move to get out of the way of the gas, and then at that point I'll be able to get a kill on this, or he's gonna have to sit there and literally take that damage. So let's see what happens. Boom, he hears the gas, he's like, all right, I gotta leave. He ends up trying to leave, and then I get him on the way out. Simple. All right, now for this clip, we see some fighting going on ahead, and then we want to just get into action. Let's see what happens.
Nice.
More. I need one of those shields. So we realize there's more people. I try to go for a shield swap. We realize there's a team over there, so we gotta run this way and try to get some heals off.
Ready?
So Catalyst threw up a wall and took advantage of that on my teammate and then downs my teammate here.
Back him.
So once he downs my teammate, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw my gas and then try to play it and then just see what we can do. Because when I throw this gas, the gas is still gonna be able to affect the Catalyst even though she has a wall up.
Shot from behind me now.
So at this point, I'm getting shot from behind and in front of me. So I thought, all right, I'm gonna go inside the building and then force these teams to fight while I reset. So I get out of there, throw a gas down to you know, cover my tracks.
No.
And then I throw another gas down here. That way I know I have time to just fully reset, or they're gonna have to go through all that gas. So now that we reset and that this team is fighting, I know it's a good opportunity to come back and try to get back into the action.
I don't have much ammo.
Fighting a new team. Fighting a new team.
Boom, clear that team.
Doors.
Did a little shield swap. Now I gas this door because I still know there's a team outside, but I also want to still reset and get my teammate.
Try to get that line of sight.
So I shot that gas, and now I know, all right, this gas is going off, so I have time to res my teammate, and even if they push through more, the second gas is going to go off. So I completely made it so I have time to reset with my teammate, and then we have time to go on and fight another day, you know what I mean?
I'm going to push back like 5 minutes.
All right, so in this clip, there is a team in this building, and really I'm just trying to make a play on it by gassing up and then slowly encroaching on their space.
They sit behind door. That's mine.
Should I block him in?
So I threw that first gas down on the back exit. My teammate ends up going down, so I'm like, all right, I really need to full send it here and I'm using this gas ult right here because this is gonna create space for me. It's gonna create space for my teammate to be able to get back. It's gonna be able to create space for me to fight and get out if they're too much for me. It just creates just a wall of a fog that I can play in, but my teammates really, it sucks to play in that. If you've ever fought a Caustic and they hit you with a gas ult and you're in the middle of it, it is terrible. It's terrible to play in it. You don't want to be in it, and especially when you're alone like this. And I can take advantage of it as a Caustic. It just works out so well. Gas that room.
1v1.
Shield swap.
Professional shield swapper.
So clear that team out. Now I'm trying to get my teammate up. I hear another team coming.
Oh my god.
Bubble down. Go back.
Oh my god, if you get that. Oh. So we got the first guy down.
Did you do any damage?
I know I have gas down. We got the first guy down. Let's see how this plays out.
Crap. I didn't crack. 80 though. A Watson.
So I know it's a 1v1. I know he's trying to res, and I don't need to drop back in this situation. I have full shield, and I have enough health to feel comfortable in fighting this. But then I realized, okay, there's another team. So let's see what we have to do.
Another team.
I tried to throw a gas here, but for some reason, everything got laggy. Like, I remember this game. It just got super laggy out of nowhere. We had to figure it out.
What the? It's lagging. It's all lagging.
But anyway, once we got that gas to go down, now we know we have the door gas. And I shot that gas. So now that gas is shot, it's going to prevent them from wanting to even come through that doorway. And even if they do come through that doorway, we have another gas on the other side of the door. So that way they can't come through, or else they're going to have to take a lot of damage. And zone's closing.
Watch out. Focus.
So now, okay. Now is a good time to reset. One thinks about coming in the back door, but You see, that's the first gas we even threw down before we even started this fight. So now someone's in that gas. Now they're thinking, okay, ring's closing. We're already taking health damage because of the ring. And now also we have 2 caustic gases going off. They're probably thinking, let's get out of here. Let's go to ring and leave these guys alone. So at that point, we get an easy reset. Heal my teammate up, throw another gas down. That's an easy reset.
There's heat shield right there. I'm about to grab it and throw it. Down to Gibraltar.
All right, so in this clip right here, I'm running solo, and I hear some fighting ahead, and then I just decide to get into the mix. So I threw that first gas on the right side in case anybody tries to flank me. They'll have to run through that gas, and I'll know they're coming. So right here, that team just died that I killed, so I know there's another team up here still alive, and I just gassed the front door so they can't come in and get their teammate, and then they're gonna have to play outside. So now I'm taking height. Make sure easy kill. So now here, at this point, I hear some more fighting below, but I just kept the top because I already have it gassed up. So there's no point in dropping on this without any caustic gas. Because if I drop down there as a caustic, everyone's shooting at me. So the best thing to do in this situation is I just keep height, and if they do come up, they're gonna have to deal with caustic gas. So that Wraith came up and then they phased. That's a good move because I have a gas up there. She ends up going right past the gas, but now she's kind of trapped in this room with me. So we end up getting this down. That was a good phase by the Wraith, but it probably would have been best if she went and tried to take height. Instead, she goes in the room, and you just went into the room with a gas daddy. It's just not going to work. So now I know, all right, we got that down. You know the teammate's going to be coming up next. So the teammate came up, and I put a gas down at that zip line. That's a really good place to gas because people, when they go up that zip line, they only go straight up, so they can't see if your gas is even there. And it makes it so it slows him down. So now I got the kill on the first guy. I know the second guy's slightly behind, especially because he has to run through my gas now, and I have time to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. So I gassed that door, and I gassed that door. Now look, he just ran through that other gas on the first angle. That's the first gas I threw down when I first got into this fight. You see, if you look at the screen, there's a gas to the left. There's a gas going off right now. There's a gas upstairs. There's a gas to my right on that door. I've effectively made a playground for Caustic where I can use it, but the enemies cannot use it. And I'm pretty sure I talk about this playground aspect in this clip too, so I'll let myself talk about it in this clip.
You see the playground I have set up right now? This is what you want to do with Caustic. You see what she had to go through just to get to me? You just want to set something up like that. Set up shop. Play around your gas, and you'll be straight.
I think I was already talking about the playground aspect because people were asking me in chat, and then I had like an epiphany. I was like, really? You're just creating like a literal playground with Caustic where you can use all the different things, you know what I mean? You can use all the different aspects of it, but the enemies can't. So it's like you're literally just creating a space where you have all the advantage, and then you just want to stay within that space. All right, so here we're running up, right? I heard fighting ahead. I throw a gas to clear space and make sure that I have space to play when I pull up on this. So it does no damage, so I know they're not in this area, so they have to be even more forward. This guy got caught up in a box. He's done for. Now the first thing, like literally as soon as I knock him, the first thing I do is throw a gas at that angle so I can take space without that second teammate being able to come in and help that teammate. See? So that teammate, the second teammate heard that gas and instantly dipped out the back. At first he was trying to shoot, but he heard that gas filling up and he just went out the back door. So now I shoot that and take space. Gas up another angle. Try to gas another angle. And now I have all this space. Look how much space I just took in that room where that second teammate really can't play in it. So now right here is one of my favorite tactics used with the gas. What you're going to see me do is I'm just going to chuck a gas their way. And this always makes it so, especially if you're in a 1v1 situation like right now, that person's going to have to either focus on that gas, take that damage, or run. And let's see what this Bangalore does. So as I'm running up, you'll see the Bangalore is already shooting at my gas. She's not even thinking about me. She just shoots at my gas. So I have time to make a play off of this. See, she's shooting at the gas. Now I'm like, all right, I can make a play. Take her out. All right, so here, I think we heard a couple teams fighting and we just kind of wanted to pull up and see what's going on.
I talked to him.
It's an image on.
Behind us.
So at this point, I realize there's someone behind us. I think my teammate ends up going down, and I know I gotta just push through this because there's already damage on this team that's in front of me. So it's best to take this fight instead of going out the back door where my teammate goes down and there's two fully healed people. It's best just to push through this. I had to kill these guys. So you see, they're in cap. They already trapped themselves in this room with two catalysts. There's two doors and they already have them both catalysts. So I just take advantage of that and gas them in this room. I'm about to make these guys into my experiment here. If this second team didn't pull up, this would have been a gross experiment, but they kind of messed it up. That door goes down. I throw my gas. Throw some fire in there. So then at this point, I realized, all right, I ain't got no shields. That team I know is going to stay in that room because I have an ult right outside the back door, and then I have a gas on the front door. So I at least know that team is pretty, like, captured. So now I just need to get out of there while that second team comes in, and I need to just heal up at that point. Is it easier or harder, to be honest? This pub is, I've been facing some sweats in here. So at this point, I'm just throwing gas to try to take space. You'll see me shoot the gas a lot to kind of try to, you know, take space. Like I know, all right, no one's at that spot. I can now move up. Shoot that gas. So now, like, if you think about it, this door is covered. That door, the back door is covered still, and to my left is covered because that gas that's out in the middle, that's open. So all this space now, I have the ability to take advantage of it, but all the enemies really can't. So that team, I just do serious damage to, and I know they're pretty much damn near dead. So I just back out again because I still know that second team is still looking over there. So I back out of this and heal up again and reset. So now I see that team's out of there because the second team pulled up. Clean that guy up. So now I know that that team is just dead, and there's one more person alive because the Octane was on the Catalyst team and he was already down. So, so you see in this clip, it literally went from me being caught in between two teams to me trapping it up and making it so I own my space and I forced those teams to fight so I can come in when there was a good opportunity to clean up the fight. All right, so here I think we heard some fighting ahead, some teams coming out of ring, and we kind of wanted to see what was going on. So first thing I do is gas up that exit in case there's a team in here that does damage on me. I know I at least have this gas to play, so they won't fully push me. No one's in there?
Right here. It's in. I'm going right where he got me.
So now I know, all right, we should probably retreat back into this building because there's another team that's coming. We might be getting pushed behind. And then there's another team on this backside. So I'm like, all right, we for sure need to take this building. So what I do is I chuck this gas grenade. This is gonna make it so they can't get in the building, or if they do, they're gonna have to walk into gas, and it makes it so we have time to kind of reset. Because now, boom, they gotta back up. They have to back up. Gives us time to fully heal.
Hold that door. Hold that door. I think the other team's behind us too.
I appreciate you, man. Glad you like the vids. I think I was talking to someone in the stream. I'm not sure what I'm talking about there. All right, so now we got this Watson and someone else on this back side, and then there's another team on the other side. So I decided, okay, you wanna play games, Watson? Let this gas fill up. And then I kick down. This is another thing I like to do. I like to kick down the door. I like to throw a gas down and then kick down the door. So that way it does damage to them when I kick down the door. But then I also have that gas to kind of like shield me from any excessive damage. See, I'm kind of like playing this. I was able to do a bunch of damage there, and she wasn't able to do as. They weren't able to like down me or anything because I have that the gas can there to kind of shield some of the bullets.
Shredded that about our Wraith.
I'll watch from Wraith.
Put another gas down, and then this is just, I like to shoot it. I like to do whatever to get it going, so that way they don't feel like they can walk up and get a quick angle on me. That way they have to really walk through all that gas. I'll be able to know when they're coming, all that shit. So like I'm able to really sit behind this gas and heal up. And even right here, you see right here, if I didn't shoot that gas, this person would have been able to walk up on Grand Poob and get him down because of how hurt he is. But instead, they take damage to the gas and they just back up. They know they can't push that. And then at this point, we have this area defended. There's another team pulling up, and now we just wait for our opportunity to clean up this fight. Now I come out, clean up the Watson.
Octane's still back here somewhere.
Yep. And then there's just one more on the other team. And right here, even right here, Grand Poob just got hurt seriously here. That Octane probably would have pushed him and fully finished him if he could, but my gas goes off and he has to back up. I hear him coughing. That's another thing too with Caustic gas is you can hear people coughing from the gas where they're at. Like I really think like Caustic has a lot of recon ability because when you place gases down and people go through it, not only are you getting damage numbers so you know where they're at, you're hearing them cough, all that. You're getting so much information from it to help you figure out where people are. And then we clean that up. So in this clip here, this is something I like to show a lot of people, and I want this clip's not like anything crazy, but I wanted to incorporate it because I wanted to show how effective Caustic gas is to Watson pylons. When you watch this clip, you'll see me shooting gases and throwing it more further. Like I'm slowly throwing gases further and further into this building, breaking pylons because the gas destroys the pylon when it goes off. So let's see how it plays out.
Shit is Watsoned up right here.
Like to throw gas on the door. I throw a gas on the door so they can't get out of it once I start gassing it.
Brim. Like so many Watson fences. This shit is just insane. Yeah, he's in there.
No way.
He's in there.
So I shoot that. You see the damage number on the pylons. The pylons will slowly start to go away now.
Oh, they're both in there.
Throw another gas farther now. Let's move in a little bit more. That's going to destroy more pylons. And now it's to the point where they can't get out the door that I first gassed because I gassed it. So now they can't get out that door. They can't get out the door I'm in right now. The only option out of this is through the door to the side. But it seems like the Ash or the second person's in there on my first gas.
Slowly breaking their stuff
Throw another gas. So now it's to the point where we're deep in there. The gas is deep in there. The Watson pylons are obsolete, and now we can make a play.
Dude. Alright, Ash.
And see how Ash was in that corner? She couldn't get out of that first door for that whole time because my gas was going off when she first tried to go out. So it literally just trapped them in there and made it so I could slowly use my gas as a peak advantage and just take advantage of the situation and clean them out.
Could you be loved?
So this, you see how right there I throw a gas on that door? Instantaneously, I'm thinking, all right, there's probably another team. There's only 3 teams left before we had that fight. So the other team, you know, is probably lurking. So I throw that gas down for defense so we can reset.
No.
Realize, okay, another team pulled up. You can see how fast this happened. You could tell I was already prepared for this to take place. So I throw my gas down. Get a little shield swap. Take height on this. And now I'm in the advantageous position. So I covered that door, right? I know the rampart's not gonna run out of that door because I have it gassed. The gas is going off. He's probably gonna try to be nowhere near that door. So now he's stuck in this back corner. I shoot this gas. He takes damage to that. He's like, wow, I'm stuck in this corner back here. And I can slowly move up on him.
Oh, 10 seconds. Round 4.
Throw that gas. He shoots it, but then I fake him out here. He shoots that gas, so I make him think I'm gonna go over this counter. But instead I turn back on him. And then use his wall against him. Easy cleanups. I hope that breaking down these clips helped you guys gain a deeper understanding of playing Caustic. I know for me, when I was first learning Caustic, the best thing that helped me was watching someone break down their footage of using Caustic, because it helped me understand like why they were placing gas traps at certain places in fights. Like it just helped when you see someone do it live and explain it and break it down live. It helps you just understand so much. At the end of the day though, character abilities will only get you so far. The key is combining these abilities with good aim so you can do big damage in fights. Now, if you struggle with aim, make sure you check out my aim guide. That'll be in the description as well. And this will just help you guys make sure that you make every shot count in your games. Anyways, I hope this helped. I'll catch you guys later in future vids and my future streams. Peace.